Coming up on Tech Tonight, an update on the new River Valley Mall shooter. We'll tell you more.
And another shooting tragedy, but this time with a police officer behind the gun. Find out the details next.
Welcome to Tech Tonight. I'm Brendan King.
And I'm Zachary Flanagan.
The theater department at Virginia Tech has been working all semester on a project that's going to become an actual film.
Rachel Sines visited the students to learn more about the exciting project.
Roll camera!
The theater department's latest project includes producing the short film The Dream Interpreter. Visiting professor David Mallon serves as the executive producer and director of photography for the film. He's using the film as a semester-long project for his classes.
So we've done many things over the course of the semester, both practical and theoretical, to make this happen. I have assigned roles to the students according to areas of their interest, so that not everyone is doing everything the whole way through the semester. Instead, people have a specific area of specialty where they're trying to delve deep and learn a lot.
The film tells the story of Joe, a young man who doesn't know what's a dream and what's reality. The team shot and filmed The Interpreter around Blacksburg and Christiansburg under the direction of grad student Vince DeGeorge.
It takes a whole team to create a movie, and we've been working really well, I think, together this whole semester, and it's great to see it all come together in a shot.
I'm really grateful that Virginia Tech and the Department of Theater and Cinema have given us the opportunity to do this. It was an idea that I had, and I've gotten full support from the university, and I appreciate the opportunity, and all of my students do as well.
The Dream Interpreter is set to be finished in mid to late May.
The Christiansburg mall shooter accused of wounding two women last Friday made his first court appearance on Monday. 18-year-old Neil McInnes is charged with 2 counts of malicious wounding and 2 counts of using a firearm in commission of a felony. McInnes was given a public defender and is being held in the Montgomery County Jail without bond. McInnes' shotgun was bought legally from a licensed dealer in the New River Valley 2 days before the shooting. Now, according to the police, McInnes' motive is still unknown. However, during an interview with detectives, he said he was, quote, having a bad week. McInnes completed the Christiansburg Police Department Citizens Academy program back in 2012. The course gives citizens an overview about a typical day as a police officer.
James Withrow has been charged with maliciously wounding a Martinsville woman, his wife. The former Martinsville City police officer is accused of shooting his wife at an apartment complex Sunday afternoon. The Virginia State Police are conducting the investigation due to the nature and suspect in the crime. The victim was airlifted to Carilion Roanoke Memorial Hospital, and her condition is currently unknown. Withrow is being held on a $5,000 secured bond.
2 people have been arrested after the Christiansburg Police Department says it discovered an active meth lab on Sunday evening. Acting on a tip, investigators say they found the lab in the 1300 block of Scott Street around 11 p.m. Sunday. Michael Yelton and Blanche Ottersberg have been charged with manufacturing meth, conspiracy to manufacture meth, and possession of precursors to meth. Yelton was also charged with allowing a minor to be present during the manufacture of methamphetamine. The 2 charged are being held without bond at the Montgomery County Jail. 2 juveniles were removed from the home by the Department of Social Services.
The Depot Grill was not only serving steak and seafood on Monday, but also a side of knowledge about a disturbing problem. A group of Lynchburg College students were on a mission to educate patrons about the problems of international human trafficking. The students distributed handouts about the subject during both lunch and dinner services with aim to spread the word. Some of the proceeds from the sales at the Depot will go to an organization fighting against human trafficking. Coming up, Katie Lipinski brings you your news around Virginia Tech.
night. I'm Katie Lipinski with your news around Virginia Tech. The American Cancer Society's Relay for Life takes place each year, and more than 4 million people in over 20 countries take part. The global phenomenon is to raise much-needed funds and awareness in the fight against cancer. The Relay is an organized overnight community fundraising walk. The Relay for Life at Virginia Tech will be taking place April 19th on the drill field from 5 in the afternoon to 5 in the morning. Ceremonies, speakers, food, prizes, and fundraising will be happening all day. This day will give participants an opportunity to celebrate, remember, and fight back. Because it's a team event, individual participants are not required to be there the entire time, but it's so much fun you'll find it hard to leave. Virginia Tech's Campus Alcohol Abuse Prevention Center is changing the drinking culture among students using unconventional, creative, and attention-getting marketing tactics and social media. Their Party Positive campaign is aimed at reducing high-risk drinking and recently won top honors from a lead organization for student affairs worldwide. Center employees also received an NASPA Excellence Gold Award in the category of Student Health, Wellness, and Counseling, as well as a Bronze Grand Award at the NASPA National Conference. Party Positive emphasizes knowledge, planning, accountability, practicality, and moderation. The campaign focuses on 6 main concepts: designate a non-drinking driver, choose when and what you drink, eat before you drink, hydrate or hangover, you decide, track the number of standard drinks, and pace, it's not a race. Gobbler Night is a monthly event for students looking to have an atypical Friday night in college. Megan Kilgore was on the scene last Friday to check it out.
Squire Student Center is the home of a new anti-drinking initiative, Gobblernights. Virginia Tech Student Centers and Activities plan this event for the first Friday of every month, where students can have some free fun without the influence of alcohol. Activities like mini golf, bracelet making, a money machine, and Stuff-A-Plush are only some of the options that students have when coming to this night of fun. Party Positive also has a mini bar set up to explain to students just how much a typical drink at a party can affect them. VTPD didn't miss out on this opportunity either. They encourage students not to drink and drive by having to navigate through a course when wearing drunk goggles. Whether students win the door prizes or make many crafts to choose from, Gobblernights gives students a safer way to spend their Friday nights.
Every year, Virginia Tech students come together in April to celebrate the life of a fellow Hokie, Ryan Lipinski. The Run for Ryan is dedicated to raising money to support the Ryan Lipinski Foundation, in honor of Ryan Davis Lipinski, who was a freshman at Virginia Tech and passed away in 2009. Taking place on the school's cross-country track, family and friends from all along the East Coast join in to raise funds to fight sudden cardiac arrest. It was an exciting 5K walk or run for everyone involved. Times were not recorded, but there was a finish line clock at the race for viewing as runners crossed it. After the run, the Lipinski family held a raffle for all participants. Consisting of gift certificates to local restaurants around downtown Blacksburg, the run ended with a heartwarming speech from Ryan Lipinski's mother. This past Saturday, Virginia Tech held the 3.2 Run in Remembrance for the 32 lost lives on April 16, 2007. Bringing fellow Hokies together to celebrate the lives of our friends and family members is always a special event. Following the run on Saturday, a candlelight vigil was held Monday night in honor of those we lost, and to bring the Hokie community together once again. President Steger sent a heartwarming letter Tuesday morning to the community about how our reflection and love is truly shown throughout our united community. Steger said, "I commend our student leaders for their present wisdom and their approaches to each remembrance with the passing of time. This goes to show how much this has affected our Hokie community, and we continue to spread the love." Stay tuned because Kayla Taylor brings you your entertainment news next.
And that, viewers, is how the Hokie crossed the road. Back to you, Steve.
Thanks, Kip. Breaking news. VTTV is the only TV station with all your Hokie needs. We have sports,
Entertainment,
and news. Tune in to VTTV on Channel 33.
television for students, by students.
Oh, what am I gonna do? I need a break from all this work. I really want to find stuff about like sports around campus. What am I gonna do? There's no. What's going?
Hey man, looks like you're having some trouble there. Dude, you need to find BTTV, man. Channel
BTTV?
33.
What's that?
Dude, it's the place where you can find all your entertainment, sports, news, and special productions, man.
Oh, sweet. Thanks,
That's
bro.
where you gotta go, man.
Yeah.
Welcome back, I'm Kayla Taylor with your entertainment news. Taylor Swift's claim to country music is slowly being loosened. At last Sunday's Academy of Country Music Awards, Swift held 4 nominations, yet still walked away empty-handed. The big winners of the night were Entertainer of the Year Luke Bryan and big-time country vocalist Miranda Lambert. Bryan is the first male to win the coveted trophy since Kenny Chesney in 2007. Since then, Swift and Carrie Underwood have won 2 each. As the unexpected winner, Bryan said, "Thank you so much for making my life what it is, a country singer who got to ride on a tour bus and show up on a new stage and play music every night." Hope Swift wasn't too over-prepared to give an acceptance speech, but it seems like the rug was ripped out from under her this time. Better luck next time, Taylor. Known since 1959 as the Palm Beach printed princess, Lily Pulitzer died last Sunday morning in her home. The talented socialite was 81. Pulitzer was a designer first and Floridian socialite second, famous in country club towns like Palm Beach and Bel Air. The idea for her brightly colored and flowery patterned dresses began when she was 29 years old. Pulitzer sold juices and fruits out of the back of her station wagon in her husband's Florida groves. She designed herself a bright patterned ship to disguise the juice stains. Choosing to share her clothing idea was a multi-million-dollar decision for Pulitzer. She said, "They took off like a zingo. Everybody loved them, and I went into the dress business." Her success is legendary, and despite her death, her patterns and designs will continue to live on. Everyone loves a flashy fashion show, so Samantha Hill went to the annual FMDS affair last Thursday to check out their looks.
Hi, I'm Samantha Hill with BTTV here outside the Commonwealth Ballroom in Squires for Sinful, a fashionable affair. This event takes place annually and is put on by the Fashion Merchandising and Design Society here at Virginia Tech. Many Virginia Tech designers will be showcasing their work, and we've captured some footage for you, so take a look.
Sinful, a fashionable affair, opened with a word from the FDMS president, vice president, and fashion show coordinators. Next, the designers showcase their work one at a time. Though the designers range in age, major, and minor, they all have a passion for creating clothes in their own way. Their garments range from casual wear to evening wear, and even to the extreme. This year's challenge for the designers was to create a garment based on one of the 7 deadly sins of their choosing. Following the challenge, the coordinators presented the awards for the Best New Designer, Best Designer Overall, the Challenge Garment winner, and the Senior Design Award. One of the senior awards was given to Samantha Skidmore. Her line, called Hot Hokey, stayed true to the Virginia Tech spirit. Her challenge dress was an ensemble with a Virginia Tech cape, which showcased the old-school VT logo. She chose to portray pride as her sin, while her dress embodied the pride that she has in her school. The show ended with all the models sporting their designers' challenge garments. It was quite the finale, as the Sinley designs were greeted by plenty of applause to close out the show.
Heidi Klum's Hawaiian vacation with her family took a turn for the worse when a riptide almost claimed her young son and his 2 nannies. Klum, famous for her long legs and fit bikini bod, proved to the world she is more than just a pretty face when she jumped into the rescue of her struggling family. When her small son Henry began to struggle in the current, Klum ran to assist him. When the 2 nannies tried to help, the ocean claimed them as well, and Klum took action. She says, "People are used to seeing me on the beach in a bikini, smiling with the wind in my hair, while insisting she was just doing her duty as a mother." Klum says, quote, "Never underestimate the power of the ocean. We're sure glad everyone is okay, but maybe no more beach trips for a while." Duke of Cambridge, Prince William, and his wife Kate took a trip to Scotland this past week to attend to royal duties. While seeing the sights, the two came upon a young girl named Shauna Ritchie, a 4-year-old intent upon meeting the couple. But things got a little confusing when she asked the Prince William for a kiss that she then refused. Shauna's mother, Karen, says, "When William reached forward to give her a kiss, she suddenly got overwhelmed and shy and dived into my shoulder. She doesn't normally get that shy." The prince, most likely used to rejection in various forms, took the snub rather well. The mother says he patted her on the shoulder and said, "Maybe next time, Shauna. This is something Shauna will never live down." Coming up, an update on the increased security measures for this weekend's Blue Ridge Marathon.
Back to Tech Tonight, I'm Brendan King. Organizers of a popular local marathon are discussing how to make their race safer following the explosions at the finish line of the Boston Marathon on Monday. Roanoke City Police say there will be additional police presence for Saturday's Blue Ridge Marathon. City Police spokeswoman Alicia Johnson says there will be increased numbers of officers during Saturday's race that starts and ends in downtown Roanoke. City Police are also working with Roanoke Fire EMS and Virginia State Police to secure additional resources if necessary. The race is set to begin at 7:30 in the morning. Monday's blast in Boston killed 3 people and injured over 180.
Roanoke citizens have been picking up the Star City for 3.5 decades now as part of the Clean Valley Day, an annual event aimed at keeping the city clean. Over 1,100 volunteers took to the more trash-ridden parts of the Hidden Valley to clean and bag litter last Saturday. The event was sponsored by the Clean Valley Commission, a nonprofit group who aims at keeping Roanoke and the surrounding areas clean. Coming up, Stephanie Morris brings you this week's sports headlines.
Stephanie Morris with your sports. A few hours after the Boston Marathon bombings, the NHL game between the Boston Bruins and Ottawa Senators was postponed. The NBA game between the Boston Celtics and the Indiana Pacers, scheduled for April 16th, was also canceled. Both events were supposed to be held in Boston. Bruins president says the hockey game's postponement was made after consulting city, state, and league officials. Toughened security measures are expected for the Kentucky Derby, the Indianapolis 500, and other upcoming sporting events with large crowds. Baylor University's phenomenal center, Brittany Griner, was the top pick in the WNBA draft Monday night. The Phoenix Mercury chose Griner, a team who had the first pick in the draft and the second worst record. The star center left her mark on the women's NCAA history as the second all-time scorer, with 3,283 points. She's the all-time shot blocker of both men and women's basketball with 748. The league's 17th season is set to begin May 24th. After 72 holes of regulation and 2 playoff holes, Adam Scott capped his Masters victory. Scott made a 12-foot putt for birdie at Augusta National, beating Angel Cabrera on Sunday. He finished with a combined score of 15 under, making him the first Australian in the Masters history to sport the green jacket. The Red Sox beat the Tampa Bay Rays on Monday in Boston's traditional Patriots Day morning game. The teams were tied at 2 in the 9th inning when Mike Napoli hit a line drive double that scored Dustin Pedroia from the first with the winning run. The final score was 3-2 with Boston coming out on top. Stay tuned because Megan Kilgore brings you this week's national headlines next.
Oh, what am I gonna do? I need a break from all this work. I really want to find stuff about like sports around campus. What am I gonna do? There's no. What's going?
Hey man, looks like you're having some trouble there. Dude, you need to find BTTV, man. Channel
BTTV? What's that?
Dude, it's the place where you can find all your entertainment, sports, news, and special productions, man.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, bro.
That's where you gotta go, man.
Yeah.
Welcome back. I'm Megan Kilgore with this week's national headlines. 3 are dead and over 100 others are injured after 2 bomb explosions at the Boston Marathon on Monday. Around 3 p.m., the first explosion occurred at Boylston Street, right before the finish line. About 10 seconds later, a second bomb exploded 50 to 100 yards away from the first explosion. Officials say 2 more explosive devices were found at the scene and will undergo investigation. The Boston Marathon drew in over 20,000 runners in this year's race, with more spectators standing on the sidelines. There is no suspect as far as who caused the explosions, but President Obama says those responsible will, quote, feel the full weight of justice. The search for a man who went missing in Washington state this weekend has been delayed. Mitch Hungate was hiking with 2 other men when an avalanche took all 3 of them 1,200 feet down a slope. Poor weather conditions have caused the delay in searching for Hungate, and the 2 other men suffer from injuries due to the avalanche. California teen Audrey Pop committed suicide in September after she was allegedly raped at a party. Her parents are now speaking out and plan to file a wrongful death lawsuit against the 3 teens accused. The Pop family attorney says the day after the party, Audrey woke up with drawings on private areas of her body, and then when she went to school several days later, her alleged attackers were sharing photos of her with classmates. Potts' parents also plan to sue the parents at whose house the party took place at last year. A Virginia man allegedly groped a sleeping woman on a flight from Miami to D.C. last Wednesday. According to an FBI affidavit, Sarab Agarwal fondled a woman on American Airlines Flight 1142. After takeoff, the unnamed woman fell asleep. When she felt Agarwal touching her, she pretended to be sleeping. She finally woke up, went to the restroom, and notified the flight crew. After his first victim left, Agarwal touched another woman's leg, and then she got up to notify the flight crew as well. A federal marshal took him into custody, and he was charged with abusive sexual contact.
Thank you, Megan. So, out of all these tragic stories that we hear pretty much on a weekly basis, I always try to look for maybe the helpers or the good-hearted side of the story, especially out of this Boston Marathon explosion.
Yeah, I saw some video of people actually running towards where the bomb exploded right after it happened to start helping all these people that were injured. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
Apparently people were even running past the finish line to hospitals to give blood.
You know, and no matter where you live, it seems like you can always encourage to donate blood at the Red Cross or at the hospital. So, well, that's it for Tech Tonight. I'm Brendan King.
I'm Zachary Flanagan.
And I'm Megan Kilgore. Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in next week.
When Mike Napoli hit a line drive double that scored Dustin Pedroia from the first with the winning run. The final score, can I just redo that one?
Without Vaughn, McKinnis' shotgun was spot legal. Sorry.
There's no suspect.
I remember there was one story where, like, the marathoners.
This time, Shauna will never live this down. I totally messed that up.
Sorry. Family and friends from all along the East Coast joined in the race. Let me start over.
The former Martinsville City police officer is accused of shooting his wife at an apartment complex Sunday afternoon. In another shooting tragedy, but this time with a police officer behind the gun.
After takeoff, the unnamed woman fell asleep, and when...
is charged with 2 counts of malicious wounding. These are so lucky in there.
And her condition is currently unknown. Withrow is being held on a $5,000 bond, secure bond. Yeah, I guess my favorite part, well, not favorite part, but the most lighthearted part of that story is after the volunteers took to the more trash-ridden parts of the Hidden Valley to clean and bag litter last Saturday.
McKinnis was given a public defender and is being held in the Montgomery. Why are you laughing?
Nothing.
Yeah, why are you laughing?
That's like